It's time for bookkeeping, beer, and BS. 100 plus employees today. What is your vision now? Where do you see, like, revisit what the biggest like aspect of BevSource is, and then do you see that just being like this shining light that just keeps on going, or are you already looking at other shiny objects because you're an entrepreneur and like what's the next lab that you're gonna go mess with?
No, I mean, we're going to continue to build on that 2016 pivot of we're going to broker more stuff. We're going to broker. I mean, we have a fantastic relationship with Ball and Arta, who are the two biggest aluminum can suppliers in the country, which is great. Doesn't make us super valuable because we're super concentrated into aluminum cans. But how can we do more of that, whether it's brokering citric acid and brokering enzymes that go into hard seltzers, and we already broker flavors and some other things, but so we'll continue to broker more things, and we're going to continue to invest in things that support those materials. So like even at the lab, we have a piece of equipment. It's called a spec metrics that measures the interior liner material of cans and exterior. And we're the only one in North America that you can actually send your cans to and have a third party test on. Like Anheuser-Busch owns one. They own that piece of equipment because they can.
Yeah, because they're Anheuser-Busch.
And so we'll continue, like if we end up getting a deal with, some sort of different type of packaging supplier, would we go into, I'll use all fancy terms like, retort filling or other things. And it will depend on what we are brokering from a material standpoint. And so we'll double down on that. Gotcha.
How big is there a ceiling? Do you like look at that? Because I feel like this is a personal thing for me. I feel like there's all this pressure on entrepreneurs to be like, you gotta have this BHAG and just a goal that's monstrous that you're never gonna reach, but you gotta say it because you gotta get everybody to follow it. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, but like why? I just love like impacting our clients positively and growing the business. I do want to like think about where the ceiling is because that's going to dictate which business I want to be in. And I want one that I feel like the ceiling's way higher. But I don't like throwing out just like, we're going to do this because I said so. Anyway, now I'm going to get off my pedestal of goal setting. But where do you see the ceiling in the brokering? Is there like this can get us to here, but we need something else to get us past that? Or is it just like, man, what, like, I'll be dead before we reach the top of that brokering business.
Okay, so I am a goal setter and I like BHAGs because it helps guide our decision making, right? Like, will this help us get to that BHAG? Like, will opening a new tap room get us to that BHAG? If the answer is no, then maybe don't do that, right? Like, or yeah, I don't know, like, well, I don't know. Doing something crazy get us to that BHAG? If the answer is no, then don't do it. Or if the answer is yes, maybe, then maybe that's worth digging into a little bit more. Yeah. So our BHAG is, and it's supposed to be inspirational, like it makes you feel good a little bit too. But, we want to be a part of $5 billion worth of beverage entrepreneurial stories. So we want to be a part of, like we did, like, I don't know what I can say or not, but we're part of big, Celsius is one, right? Like that's one everybody knows. I worked with them for 18 years. And everybody thinks it showed up in their pantry overnight. I'm like, oh my God, like 18 years ago, it was a glass bottle, right? Like, but we want to be a part of those stories. And when I actually threw out the 5 billion number, people are like, that's not enough. Like, I mean, we have clients right now that are $700 million stories, right? Like, okay, they're like, Janet, we're like a fifth of the way there. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we're almost there. Like, then what?
Right. So that's what we want to do. We want to, through brokering ingredients, through helping with beverage development, with quality services, we want to be a part of these people's program and help them succeed. And that's why I wake up every day, right? Like that inspires me to be a part of their stories. Sorry,
I wake up every day because that sun just freaking comes up. Actually, I don't like my alarm goes off well before the sun comes up, and I can only hit the snooze so many times.